Ready? Come here, go. Come here. So, I want to show you guys. You're a good girl. Break. Right. So, we got the old torture devices here, right? So, I usually get these because they're usually easier on people. It's got a quick clip. Most trainers will tell you not to get these. I found for people because usually what you do is you open it by the prong and put it back in. That's usually hard on a lot of people. This one's not as bad. The 225 isn't as bad as the bigger ones. And so the 225, they say has a better bite, right? So it works better than the bigger, fatter ones. But anyways, we had her get one of these because it's hard on her hands to do that one. So it has this little front clip, right? It's got a little front clip. There's another one that has a thing, but it's still the Herm Springer. But she took a couple links out. This is one, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So the difference is it has this big old thing in the middle where instead of just a little plate, right? I think this is about the same as the plate, but it's got this leather. So you take the links out. So, anyways, it's a little bit soft on her, which I like better than the asymmetrical part of it. As in, I think one link could come out and it would be better. The correction would come sooner. Ginger, come! Let's see what she does. Hey, let's go! She's bullshitting, right? It's because then people throw the fucking food out, man. Leave it! Come on! Leave it works. Come on, girl. Yeah, good. Alright. So for some reason my leave it work. Hey, come on. Good girl. For some reason my leave it worked better than the recall. Her recall is really good. But when I did the leave it, she stopped and started coming. That's because it was done with corrections. Right? So anyways, now let's see. I'm gonna have to do this by hand. So hey, come here. Hey. Good. Sit. So this one is kind of hard because you have to go through the hole, and the dog's got to sit there and be cool. And what I had to do with her was a couple times I had to grab the collar. Hey, settle down. Good girl. Sorry, I was just showing them. And then they learn to settle down, right? Through minimal restraint. Hey, right here. Hold on. Hold on. Hey. She always wants to run off. And it's because she gets to get away with running off at home. All right, so here we go. We're going into heel drills. I got to do this by hand. So we're walking. So if you watch right there, the correction is starting. See how little it goes? It goes like one link and then it's starting the correction. So, boop, right there was a correction. Good girl. Right? Good. Right? Good. Good girl. And we cut in here. Good. These are good girls. Right? Come this way. So, what happens is the communication with this one is going to be much faster. I shouldn't say much faster, a little bit faster. So we're going to come over here. We're going to turn her this way. Our Great Dane friend's over there, this way. Correction. So she's starting to get all right. That was not a correction. So she gets distracted super easy. So you correct that distraction and they start focusing more. Right? I'm going to go right here and sit. Good. Oh, oh nope, sit. Hey, I gotta poke her on the butt, right? Okay, I got it. Okay, so now I switched out colors. Ready? Let's go. Correction. Correction. She's staring at the dog over there. Correction. Good. Good turbo. Correction. Actually, I could have not done that one because she was going with it. She wasn't pulling back, right? As long as they're not pulling back, I think looking is okay. It just depends. She also sometimes, if she looks for too long, she gets that right, the reactivity, right. So this one, watch. Let me show you. So good. I'm gonna attempt to show you. So right there is where it's sitting, right. That's 4 links before it starts. I come on. She needs to go when I go, right. So she can be distracted, but she has to move. Good girl. So what was I say? Oh, see, so that was 3 or 4 links as opposed to the 1 link with the other one. So I haven't tried taking out 1 link on each side, um, but I feel like, but when I've done it before, if I take out when it's at this length before the correction starts, when I take out a link on both sides, it's too tight, meaning it's applying pressure the whole time. And I would, so you could take one out, but I'm weird about there being 3 on one side and 4 on the other, because then the center plate doesn't sit right. Good girl. Right? So, in other words, since the center plate wouldn't be sitting right, there would be prongs going right into the center of her throat. And that's why the ones that aren't Herm Springers, there's other brands now that have the same thing, but the ones you see at the store, they don't have a center plate, so there's always a prong going right here, whereas the Herm Springer goes around it, and the prongs go the opposite way. So one goes this way, one goes that way. Good girl. Um, so, anyways, you see, it's not a big deal, right? Good girl. And I did mess up. I gave her one little correction. And look, when you listen to certain people, they think when you say correction, they think you're just beating the crap out of a dog. Or like with this thing, you're applying serious pain to the dog all the time. 90% of the time, when you're doing a correction, it's like that. It's just enough to slow that brain down. These dogs, their brains are flying, right? So the people that are against these, this is what they want you to do. Good. They want you every 2 steps to have to give a piece of food, right? And then you transition away from that. So that's fine if that's what you want to do. Or you can give one correction, keep going, and also use your food. Makes sense? So you reward what you want and you correct what you don't. If you want her doing this the whole time, then every time she turns away, you correct it. And every time she looks, you reward it. Then you like wean off some food, right? Ain't nothing a big deal. Everybody makes everything out to be. Everybody makes what somebody else is doing out to be such a big deal, and it's because they have no clue, which I didn't at first either. Then I started using my eyes and my head as opposed to just my ears, and I said, "Look, those people are crazy." And again, however you want to train, as long as you're being fair, what's the big deal? Look at the dogs, dude. That's the important part. Look at the dogs. They will tell you. Look at this kid over there. Yeah, it's such a hard time. Right? There's a correction. Correction? Because she's not coming. Girl. If I wanted that better, I would have corrected sooner. And I don't know why I stopped. Right? So when I turned, she stopped and was looking, and I stopped. Let's keep on moving. Right? Anyways, I think that's long enough for this, right? Oh, yeah, it's too long. 10 minutes. 10 minutes is good.